Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Daily's 2A News. So it turns out that the Russian ammo ban might not be as bad as we first thought. So I want to talk to you guys about that and maybe ease a little bit of fears. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm sure by now you've all heard about the new U.S. sanctions against Russia. These sanctions are set to take effect on September 7th of 2021. While these sanctions are broad, there are a couple things within these new sanctions that kind of set the Second Amendment community into a tailspin, and that has to involve the importation of Russian firearms and ammunition, which is no longer going to be able to take place, or at least that's what I thought. I thought it was going to be completely stopped altogether, and it turns out that that might actually not be the case. So when this news came out, people rushed to the store, they started emptying the shelves, they were going online and emptying out stores, and you saw inventory go from okay-ish, right, to pretty much zero overnight. So people were worried that with these sanctions and with a ban on importation of these things, we just weren't going to see them anymore, so try and get your hands on them while you could. That was the thought process of everybody. But I was reading an article this morning that said that that's maybe not exactly the case, and I did a little bit of digging and found out that that is true. So apparently what's happening here is when it comes to at least the ammunition side of things, it looks like anybody who currently has a license to import from Russia can still do so. It looks like the sanctions are going to be on any new licenses to import. So if you're somebody who is seeking to import from Russia, you need to get yourself a license to do that. They are going to be immediately denying new licenses, but those with licenses that currently exist will not be affected. Now, I went to the State Department's website and I read a little bit about it. It does, at least to, for what I can see. I'm not a lawyer. I don't work for the State Department. I don't understand a lot of the mumbo jumbo and jargon that they use, but it seems like as far as firearms go, that's completely off the table. Those are not going to be imported. But when it comes to ammunition, it seems like existing licenses will still be able to import while new licenses will not be granted. So maybe this turns out not to be as bad as we thought. Now, the original article that I read was over at bearingarms.com, read the article, and it said that, again, this is not going to be as bad as people think because people are still going to be able to import with existing licenses. And so, again, I checked the State Department's website, and it pretty much says the same thing. Now, I'll put links to a couple articles down below so you guys can read this stuff for yourself, to the State Department and to Bearing Arms. But it seems like the amount of panic that people have over the current sanctions might not be as warranted as we once thought they were. If I'm wrong, and if I'm getting this wrong, and it's completely cut off, then yeah, we're gonna see some big problems coming up. However, if the active licenses are still allowed to import, it might not be as bad as we once thought. It means that stuff is going to be coming in. Maybe it's not going to be coming in as heavily as it was if new licenses were granted and people were able to use those new licenses. But if we're still able to see importation happen and then distribution happen within the U.S., then I think everything's going to be okay. Inventory was already low. It's going to remain low. It might be a little bit lower, but it's still coming in, and that's something that I think that we should try and be optimistic for, right? So it says that the sanction is going to be held in place for about 12 months. After 12 months, it'll be evaluated, and if there's no more incidents which prompted these current sanctions, then the sanctions will be lifted after 12 months. So it seems like this is going to be at least a 1-year period where we're going to have to figure out exactly what's going on here. In the meantime, we have to look for other ways and avenues in order to get things done. We are, as Americans, very creative people, and we figure things out. So we're going to figure this out as well. So I just want to let you guys know what I found out, what I saw. I want to thank you all very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.